I've checked this out further and I've got something discouraging I need to bring up to your attention. Now this ceiling is pretty tall. It's 9 feet tall. And I thought, I hope there's no fire blocks in this wall. And because I've got my stud finder, I'll run it up here. Look at that. There's a block right across here, and they go in between each bay. I know it's a, see, I come from the top down, right there. Yep. There's a block right in my way. Because when I cut in the hole there, I'm gonna have that block in my way before I can get up here to get those other cut-in boxes in. What to do? What to do? The last thing I want to do, you know, I don't really want to have to cut in a box here and here and put blank plates there or something, drill up through the block and put a cover plate over there, or drill through there and have to patch the sheetrock. This last thing I want to do. They just painted this as a new condo, and there's no way I'm doing that. So, do you have any ideas what we're going to do here? And I don't have one either. And I'm going to have to go to the store and get one. It's called a flexi bit. And what I'm going to have to do, and it's about 3 feet long, or maybe it's even 4 feet long or so. It's a long drill bit. And what I'll end up doing is once I get these boxes cut in here, then I'll have to fish the drill bit down here. It's called a flexi bit because it's really long, maybe 4 feet long or so, and it's slightly flexible, so I can kind of push it down in there and kind of bend it and get it down into the cavity, the wall cavity, go down and then hook it up to a drill and drill through that fire block. Now I'm going to have to fish through the fire block. This is going to be a little bit tricky now, but I think I can still do it. I have to do it. I'm going to do it. No ifs, ands, or buts. And I hope there's no insulation inside this wall. I mean, I got a lot of work to do now, but hey, my loss is your gain, because if you ever run into a fire block, you'll know what to do for your project. Whether or not you're doing a TV or just fishing a wire down the wall or putting in a light switch or anything like that, you run into a fire block, and if it's real far apart or real far away from your hole, you're going to have to get a flexi bit. There's no two ways about it. If I was putting a box fairly close to the block, the fire block, then I could drill through there with just a small little extension drill bit or something like that. But because it's right in here, you know, there's no two ways around it. No matter what I've got with me, I'm going to have to use something longer, you know. So, but I can still start my project and get my holes cut and all that. But wow, guess I'll have to. It's going to take me longer now to do this, and I'm glad I had my stud finder to figure that out. I want you getting ready with your jobs and seeing you're going to be able to do everything, and now all of a sudden you've got a fire block in your way and it's in the middle of the night or on the weekend, and you're all planning to do it, and now you got to run to the store. And see, a lot of stores don't have these flexi bits. I hope, wow, I hope I can get one for the right size, because most of those flexi bits, drill bit sizes, aren't fat enough to allow what I want to do, because I got to get the DVD wires down through that hole too, you know. And I just hope they have a big enough bit. I'm going to have to get like a 1-inch flexi bit, and most of the flexi bits they have are designed to you know, drill a 1/2 inch hole, 3/8 hole, something like that, because most people who do that are alarm system companies for just a small little wire, for a telephone wire, something like that. But I got the actual cable TV wire to go through, including the end, and then the DVD wires, you know, all those ends on there. I'm going to somehow figure out that. I got to fish all that through this fire block too. That's why I got to get a big enough hole for that. Wow. I might be able to do this without a flexi bit. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to have to go to the store before I cut these boxes in, because maybe I can lower this box just enough to get a long drill bit. I've seen some bits, like maybe 16 inches or so at the store. You know, a paddle bit, and I might be able to do it that way. Instead of getting a flexi bit, I'm not sure if I can get one the right size that I need. I'm just going to have to see. Let's see, I'm below the arm of the TV. The bottom edge of the TV is about right in here. I don't want to get too low to the bottom, or else you're going to see this plug peeking out from the bottom. Okay, so I want to still keep it up there, maybe about in there. So if I'm just going to put just a pencil mark there. I can wipe that off, and now I can figure out where this is, where this fire block was. It's right there. So the bottom of it is there, and then it goes up this way because I'm running this from the bottom up. Get this going here again. Battery's getting a little low on it. Okay, there's the bottom right there, and then it goes up this way. Okay, so I've got to measure between that and up above and see how far that is. And I'm right at about 16 inches from there to drill through there. And I don't know if 16 inches is going to be enough for that paddle bit. And that's if I'm drilling straight up. And I'd have to put that bit in at a slight angle. Last thing I want is to get it in the wall at too much of an angle. And then I could drill a hole outside the back side of this wall. I don't want to do that. So I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. And besides, I would have to lower this box down that much lower. So I don't know. I really don't think that's going to be an option. So I'm just going to have to take a slight break and go back to the store. Man, I wish I would have checked that. You know, when I was making my material list, I could have checked for a fire block, and I thought later, oh, I hope there's no fire blocks in that wall. And, you know, this is an interior wall, and sometimes, believe it or not, they do install fire blocks in interior walls. Not all interior walls are going to have that. But it's always best to check. Again, my loss is your gain. I should have known better. Here's one thing I do know. Remember before I told you I might take this plug out, drill a hole up inside the plastic box, and then fish the wire from here and push it all the way up to my new box. Well, I know I can't do that now, right? So I know, because I've got that fire block in there, there's no way I can do it. So at least I know that. So I've got to pull this box out of here, pull the plug out, turn the power off, pull the plug out, and I've got to remove this plastic box no matter what. So that's something I guess I can work on now.